Hello, football fans, and welcome back to Madden 24. In this episode, we're going to finish off the preseason by cutting the players from the team that we need to, and then we're going to jump into the Week 1 game against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the biggest decision that was made with the roster is one I really don't agree with as much. I'm a little bit upset about it, and that was the fact that we actually cut our third string quarterback, Matt Corral. Now, as I said, I'm trying to keep the team as accurate to what's going on in the NFL, other than the fact that I moved them to Orlando and have the new stadium and such. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and trade Matt Corral to the New England Patriots, so that way he ends up on the right team where he actually is now. The rest of the players, I'm just going to cut the sort of bottom ranked players in each of the areas, and hopefully that works out pretty well. Because I think for the most part, most of the cuts and such aren't sort of earth shattering by any means for the team. They're sort of what was expected. The one that was a big deal in my mind was Matt Corral. So let's go to uh, trades here. So I'm going to go ahead and put Matt on here. Sort of not thrilled about this. And then we'll go over to the Patriots. And we'll just see what draft pick they're willing to give for Matt. Let's go maybe second round. I doubt it, but he is a top need for him. Actually, you know what? Let's be reasonable. Let's try for a third round pick and see if they'll give us that. We don't feel the offer brings enough value comparatively to what we'd be giving up. Yeah, not exactly surprised. Alright, let's try fifth round. Wow, alright. Let me put in for my end of the offer, seventh round pick for this year. Oh, I don't have a seventh round pick there. Alright, so for that year. Wow, alright, so they're really being sticklers about this. Fine, let's see about a sixth round pick here. Alright, so we got a sixth round pick for Matt Corral. As I said, not happy about it. I would have rather have kept him, but I am trying to make the team as accurate as possible. So we have to cut 19 more players. Let's go through here. Alright, so these are the recommended cuts. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut him. Here's a middle linebacker. He is a rookie, so I sort of want to keep him. Let's move him to the practice squad. Middle linebacker, he's not a rookie. Let's go ahead and cut him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take their advice with that. Cameron Peoples. I like running backs, but we really don't need him. Let's move him to the practice squad. Alright, if they say we have plenty of space, then let's go ahead and do it. Again, the ones that I can move to the practice squad, I think I will. Because there's no reason to not move them there. Bumper Pool, I think we actually did cut. But you know what? I can move into the practice squad, so I'd rather do that. Steven Sullivan. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of him. Alright. Like I said, any of the ones I can move to the practice squad, I don't see a point not doing that, so let's go ahead and do that when we can. I guess we'll remove him. I'm just going with the recommendations overall, I'm not exactly sure. So, hopefully they are correct in what they're suggesting. Doesn't meet our standards. Wow. Alright, well then. If it doesn't meet our standards, I gotta trust the coaches in that. Doesn't meet our standards. Let's put him to the practice squad then. Don't exactly know how the practice squad works there, of how much money it's going to cost me and stuff, but I'm not that concerned about it. As long as I meet the requirements for the league, I'm fine with that. So, we've got our team set up. Let's go ahead and look at the depth chart to make sure we're all set the way I want it to be. So we've got Young and then Dalton, and then we do not have a third string quarterback, which makes me nervous. I don't like it, but it is the way they want it. So there's our running back core. Then we got wide receivers here. I moved Mingo and Chark to switch them because I like Mingo being more of that inside receiver and being in on more plays. So I did make that change, but they'll both probably see the field a decent amount, so I'm not too worried about it. And those are our starting wide receivers the way they should be. Got Hayden Hurst as our starting tight end. Then I'm pretty happy with our other tight ends as well. I think we've got some decent ones here. Alright, then left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, left end, right end. Alright, so we're good on all these positions, it would seem to me. Brian Burns there. Now, he may not start this first week because he's still possibly injured some, which does make me a little bit nervous, but it is the way it is. You know what? Actually, here. I want to go ahead and move Gross Matos there. And then... Oh, that was not what I wanted. So this one, let's change out with Haynes Sr. and DJ Johnson. Rather have Yatir Gross Matos be the backup there, because I do like Gross Matos overall. I think that he's pretty good. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have Luvo there. So we'll put them there. And then if Luvu has to come in for me, then Gross Matos can come in over on the right side. That'll work better. Corners we're good on. Free safeties we're good on. Strong safeties we're good on. Kicker we're good. Punter we're good. Kick returner, we're going to actually have Raheem Blockshare as our primary returner. All right, he is our pounder as well, so we'll have him as the third down back. All right. Alright, so we got these people all on the practice squad. Don't exactly, as I said, really know what the practice squad does, other than I sort of see it as a backup of if I need another player. I mean, if one of my quarterbacks gets hurt, I do have a backup quarterback. I may have to make a decision on that, though, if I need to. Because, as I said, the Panthers, if we have one go down, could be in a real situation now that we got rid of Matt Corral. Overall, I've really liked our coach, but that particular decision has me apprehensive. I just don't understand it. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and move to the next week. And we're going to jump into the first game of the season for the Orlando Panthers. Let's see how it goes.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Panthers and the Falcons, next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today our new season begins with an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Panthers of Orlando taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
The new era of Carolina football begins. The Panthers and Falcons underway to begin 2023. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense, and at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
The Falcons got their feet wet with Ridder during a 4-game audition last season, and he did end their year with a pair of wins. Optimism reigns that he is their quarterback of their future.
Here we go. Ridder looking to put it up right away. Into the hands of London. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Here's the 8th overall pick from Texas. It's Bijan Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Ridder cannot escape, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Ridder back to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Von Bell. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Following the interception, Young. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
It's Young off play action. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Even in only 10 games, seeing Pitts drop from 1,000 to under 400 yards receiving was tough last season. And he has only 3 total touchdowns in his first 2 years. Still one of the most athletic tight ends in the league. I expect last season to be the anomaly.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Ritter throwing on third down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And Young's throw there incomplete. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did because, to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They go play action. Young. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Young going to get this complete, meanwhile to Sanders. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down. Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
He has some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. Young. That is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Ritter from the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready, ready.
Working from the gun, Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 6 now. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Ritter. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Ritter now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ritter on 1st and 10. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Ritter with another throw on 2nd down. And that one too wide and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. The Bucs looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. In that first half, we saw the veteran Miles Sanders doing his thing. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. On play action, Young. short throw there, caught by Thomas. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Young on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Shot 17. Ready?
Young off the play fake. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Young. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 48 yards. They made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. That throw by Young incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Off the play fake, Young. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
They gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On second down, Ritter. And caught by London. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Ready. 62 blaster.
They'll play fake. Now Young. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yellow, line. Ready.
Here's Sanders. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start. Offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Still 3rd down.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Number 38.
Running right, here's Sanders. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Down.
2nd and 9. Another run with Sanders. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Young will set to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Young.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Quickly to Thielen here. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So the completion good for just 3, and it's 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
To throw, Young. This is caught. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Looking for London on the out route complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. Another throw coming up here for Ritter. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Ritter able to get this complete to the tight end Pitts. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Yellow, line, black swap, Smith, red.
On third down, Robinson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Here's a 2nd and 5. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2nd down, back to Sanders. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The jumbo set out there, 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Going for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Panthers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon